And so if we don't do it by July 2024, we have to replace. Anything that's listed as unknown. Yes. As unknown. And you'll be
So it's hard to imagine in a large city that that's feasible with the...
City of Fort Worth has hired a whole department just to handle this, sir. And what is helping them is they actually foreseen coming, and when they did their meter replacement project, they went out and they collected data as they were replacing their meters and felt that they were comfortable with the data that they had. And
Doesn't it have to go 10 feet? I can see what
that's what I think they did. The 10 feet thing actually came down in January. So that's what they're battling now, to clarify that. This is when they were still in the middle of their inventory. City of Fort Worth has 450,000 actual meter connections that they'll have to do this. Through May 2021, at that time in this presentation, there was 241,783 that they had surveyed. 1,800 of them was lead service lines on the city, and they had only found 10 customers, and they had already replaced, prior to this, 1,811, and then they have another 1,146 galvanized lines that have to be addressed. So yes, they have whole departments and teams that they were following this rule as it was being developed in Washington, D.C. EPA.
And they just got hit with the same information that we did. All the data that they acquired in their meter change out, that they thought they were going to be ahead of the curve, the EPA wants it different.
And they had already had a database, and now there is a database developed by the EPA that they want. I believe.
So, back to my original question, if this is a non-funded mandate, is anything that we have to do next year accounted for in the budget, or is this all new things that we have to?
Besides the employee.
Well, the bulk of it is on an employee, and one employee, and it'll be coordination with other staff and other departments, so it's other workloads on other
But it
departments.
won't be like overtime and stuff like that?
No, it'll be just extra workload that they have to get done in their daily business, and that's one of the reasons, another part of the reasons that we're looking at the increase to retain staff. We want the professional staff that you have already in place.
And equipment needed to do this borrow?
We have that purchased 2 years ago. I believe the hydrovac unit, we are upgrading a few things. We're getting it serviced up and ready on that. And then our biggest is digging in the history records because it's all paper.
2 years ago, we had to add 2 more employees for these unfunded mandates.
Yes, sir, and that was on the sewer side. It's through the city management capacity to maintain that. And since that mandate's come down, we are doing some of the preliminary work. With COVID, I can't keep the full staff, sir. I've been at times been down as many as 5, and I maintain as many as 2 full-time open positions at least year-round. I can't get staff hired and keep them on board. Not when, at that time, prior to COVID, our entry level was $13 an hour, and then as we were beginning to go to COVID, that's when all the fast foods and everything went to $15 and $17, and bus drivers are at $19 to $21 an hour now. And that's all provided to you, I think, it may not, the full detail was provided to the city manager. I think he only provided you the summary worksheet on there, but we have, when we did that salary survey, we went and I think it was a 9-page detailed questionnaire that we sent out to all cities. What they were doing.
And when you do these comparisons, are you comparing benefits as well as salaries? Because someone from a fast food, in the fast food industry may get $16 or $17 an hour, but they may not get any benefits.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, the comparison, and we didn't do it with fast food, we did it with cities, and so mostly standard. The only difference that you will see in benefits is some cities take out Social Security and some don't, and the ones that we watch, the ones that don't, because they normally pay a higher pay rate.
yeah, okay.
Thank you, Gordon.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions for Marvin over the budget?
Before you go any further, there are other budgets I probably ought to hit right quick, if you don't mind. Besides the, water, which I told you a minute ago, with that $5,000, we'd only put $5,000 in, being transferred from EDC, it was 10. So, in the water, you'll be in the black, $17,127. On the EDC, you're in the black by $99,470. In crime control, which was contributed partially to the police department step plan, which in year 2 is incorporated fully back into the general fund. And you'll see that on my 5-year plan. But the crime control came out this year to be $107,879 in the red. We have money in the bank to back that up, so it could be looked at as prior year funding. Doesn't mean it's a balanced budget, it just means with prior year funding of $107,879. As far as stormwater this year, it has 2 employees in it, and we've lost one of them this week, gave me notice that she was leaving because of pay. Anyway, the stormwater drainage fees, I recalculated them based off what comes out of our latest billing report, and of course with the enterprise vehicles sales that we have in there, we're going to end up with a budget in the black by $1,181. TERS we did tonight. What you have in your packet is not the correct one, because we got the new certification tonight. So actually the total revenues we're going to be getting off of TERS this year is $109,000, which should give us $162,000 in the bank when it's all said and done. Friends of the Animal Shelter, based off donations, it's 501c3, and we got it in the black by $2,800. And the foundation supporting the River Oaks Community Center, it just balanced because there's not a lot of donations there. There's $200 on the revenue side, $200 on the expenditure side. So with that, that's all the operational budgets of the city. You don't see anything about the bonds because they're handled separately, and they got their own account, and it's hard to project what you're going to spend in a year in that.
Like I said, I realize we're going to need to be in the red, but I think it's long overdue. I think it's well-deserved, and you're to be commended, your staff is to be commended, and this was long overdue.
I think so.
Are we allowed to talk?
Yep, yeah, this is public hearing, so.
Oh, well, maybe this isn't appropriate. I mean, I'm just sitting here looking at the comparison. I feel compelled to say thank y'all for staying here in River Oaks. Man, oh man. And thank you for loving this place enough to stay, because we do need you, and you could easily go somewhere else. So thank you, each and every one of you. Thank you.
It's because of the city manager then.
I know. It's all for another part. That's what I hear about it, I'm not sure what you're doing.
I would say, I've said it before, I've been in city stuff for over 20 years. I've never seen anybody on any level of government that works as hard as Marvin Gregory. So,